women who are fit, women who are living their life in a way that they're really achieving their dreams. I think that's why people are really more interested in it than they've ever been.
When I do my very best, it makes me feel just so good. All my hard work has paid off. I'm just like, wow, I can do that.
Dancing is my life. It's my life. I come from a very small town from Finland named Kangaanpää. I love riding.
I knew at a young age that I wanted to coach. One of the reasons I knew that I wanted to do that is I had an opportunity to every day wake up and make a difference in somebody's life.
I just worked my way up and was very fortunate to be able to play for the United States. There were political obstacles, there were financial obstacles, and I knew, no question, that that's what I wanted to do. One time in my life, 10 times in my life, I was going to do it.
Today will be an effort for me because 3 times 150, that's a longer run, and I don't feel like it.
I've learned that I'm afraid of a lot of stuff, but that I can conquer that fear, and it started with rock climbing.
I am Marissa Maggio Gonzalez, and I have been a sprinter my entire life. Recently, my track and field team called me and asked me to come out of retirement to help them with an upcoming club championship. I've thought about it, and I've decided to go for it. I'm a lawyer at Fulbright and Jaworski. I practiced environmental law for 3 years, but currently I'm practicing intellectual property. So I've had these two-ton gorillas dancing around at all times, balancing a intense legal career with an intense international athletic career.
Okay, so really work on staying tight, staying in control, and letting everything come underneath here in this line. Her personality, you know, allows her to juggle and do 8 things at once. And that's just Marissa. So every time I notice that, I will always go over to her and say, stop it, just run.
It looks like people just, go and just run down the track, but it really is physics that is at work. And to get the most speed generated that you can, you have to do the proper physics through the race. The driving, accelerating, and then finally at a certain point down the track, you are taking off in full sprint position, which is more upright.
It is very interesting that the very thing that attracted me to Marissa was her independence, her desire to reach for the stars and to go for it. I was just so impressed that here's this strong woman. And actually, what I found is that it was very difficult for me to play second fiddle, I guess, to running.
Families or friends will judge a woman a bit more for going for it in an athletic arena and say, isn't it time to stop? You should be making time for other things. And I think the best answer is I've made time for those other things. They're happening, and so is this.
I wish that I could say that I support her. I don't know. I support her in everything she does. I think in my heart I do. Unfortunately, there's been times where I think Marissa would say that's not an honest response.
one thing I've found that if you look for outside, parameters, people, how everybody else is doing things, what's normal, how should I go to school, when should I go, when should I finish, what should I do in life, when should I have children, when should I get married? If you go by everybody else's standards, you'll be really messed up. You have to be in tune with what's happening just inside. There's a force inside of this body.
Reaction and release. Bang! Bang! You have to relax to let the speed come out. Accelerate! You feel the active foot? Good, good. Accelerate, accelerate! Drive, 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 drive! Drive, 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 drive! Beautiful!
Emotionally, I'm a bit off balance right now. I've been overwhelmed, especially in the last couple weeks with balancing work and the training and getting ready to go. And there's always this psychological transition that occurs whenever I go to Europe for the competitions. And I think it's a fight or flight response. Paul had told me that, he said, well, actually he had a bad weekend on Saturday. He was in the car and he almost fainted behind the wheel. I don't know, maybe he feels he's pushing it too much, but he needs to kind of slow it down, and he won't be able to make it to Italy next week for the competition. So that's an added challenge.
And that brought me to where I am today. If I win, who knows, I might keep going. If I don't win, or if I don't finish well, place high in the final, then I might hang it up. Through my 20s, I was this focused person who seemed invincible. I hit my 30s, and it seems maybe a less action-packed, more contemplative, maybe even a sadder sort of beginning to this new decade, in that I take a lot of, internal inventory and say, okay, I've done some things. Did it really go the way I focused it? What do I want to change? What do I like? Is there maybe more to look at about myself? Because I've been highly aware of myself and others, but do I want to go deeper? Are there things, just limitations or things that are now apparent? I'm not driving myself to the limit in track and field. I'm married now, and I have a career that's taking up more and more of my time because the track has been somewhat, easily moved to the side. And what else do I want? What's this all really about? And for the first time, maybe I feel a little bit lost. I don't quite have all the answers.